Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we take a stack of information, sift through it, and hand you the absolute must-knows, making you instantly more informed. Today, we're diving deep into a challenge that so many of you, our dedicated learners, face pretty much every day. You might spend hours reading English, watching videos, maybe even acing those grammar exercises. But then, when it's time to actually speak English, especially with other people, that familiar feeling hits and your mouth just freezes, thoughts go everywhere, and all that confidence you thought you had just vanishes. It's super frustrating, and honestly, you were definitely not alone in feeling that way.
No, not at all. And that's exactly why this deep dive is, well, so important. We're going to unpack why talking is not just helpful, it's absolutely vital for your English journey. We'll look at how it actually impacts your brain, your fluency, even your vocabulary in ways you might not expect. And really key, we'll give you practical things, actionable stuff you can do even if you feel shy, maybe introverted, or just have that real fear of making mistakes.
Yeah.
This isn't just about learning rules. It's about giving you a path to actually using the language, making it yours.
Yeah, making it yours. So let's maybe start with a core idea here. Instead of language as just rules in a book, think of it more like a living skill, like learning to swim or maybe playing the guitar. You could read every book on swimming, memorize every chord chart for the guitar, but until you actually jump in the pool or pick up the instrument and practice, that natural flow, that real fluency, it just feels kind of out of reach, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. It's the act of doing that brings it all to life. And here's something most people don't really think about. When you talk, you're not just using your brain. You're actually building physical muscle memory for your mouth. It's like a workout, getting your mouth and brain working together smoothly.
Muscle memory for speaking. I like that.
Yeah. And your brain works incredibly fast when you speak, pulling words, handling grammar on the fly, guessing meaning from context. Context is just the situation, the stuff around the words that helps you figure them out, this whole dynamic process. It's actually how kids learn their first language, not by memorizing rules, but by, jumping in and using it every day.
Okay, so when we say fluency then, what are we really talking about? Because you mentioned it's not about being perfect.
Right, that's a key point. Fluency isn't perfection. It's about speaking smoothly, naturally, without stopping too much to search for words or translate in your head. It's about the conversation flowing easily, like talking to a friend. And context, like we said, is just all that surrounding info helping you connect the dots. So the goal isn't zero mistakes. It's that smooth, natural flow that lets you connect and really express yourself.
That makes sense. That flow is what everyone's aiming for. So, with that clear, let's get into why talking is such a game changer. It seems like it's about much more than just grammar practice. There are some really big, maybe hidden benefits.
Oh, definitely. It's about connection.
Connection, right. Being heard, understood, and building that real confidence. It shifts you from just being a learner to actually being a user of English. It feels huge.
It is huge.
Yeah.
And the biggest barrier we see, the number one reason people hold back, it's fear. Plain and simple. Fear of mistakes, fear of being laughed at, corrected, maybe just misunderstood.
Yeah, that fear is powerful.
But here's the truth, and it's a really important reframe. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. Every single time you say something that feels a bit off, you're actually giving your brain feedback, really valuable feedback. That's how real learning happens. I mean, think about it. Even native speakers stumble over words sometimes or forget things.
Totally.
So fluency isn't about never messing up. It's about being comfortable, finding courage, and just keeping moving forward.
It's like that bike riding analogy, isn't it? If you never wobble or fall off, you're probably not pushing yourself, not really learning to ride properly.
Exactly.
And if you never make a mistake in English, you're probably playing it too safe, not really using it in the real world. So my advice, go ahead, say it wrong, say it kind of broken, say it even if you're scared, just say it anyway. That's how the fear starts to shrink, You
absolutely have to push through it. And that comfort, that courage leads to another amazing benefit. This one's a real game changer. You actually start to think in English.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The holy grail for learners.
Kind of. Initially, yeah, you probably translate in your head. native language thought English sentence. It's slow, it's clunky. But as you speak more and more, your brain just learns to skip that step. It becomes automatic. And suddenly you catch yourself talking to yourself in English or thinking through your day in English or sometimes even
Dreaming in English.
dreaming in English. It happens. It feels bizarre, but it's a clear sign.
I remember that happening to me when I was learning another language. It really does feel like a switch flips inside your head. It's quite exciting, actually.
It really is. And this whole process we call internalization. English stops being something external you study, and it becomes part of your internal thinking system. You stop just learning English, you start living it. And speaking is the fastest way to unlock that.
Okay, so we've got overcoming fear, thinking in English.
Yeah.
What else? Is there a third big benefit?
Yes, definitely. You start picking up real, everyday expressions, the kind people actually use. Textbooks are great for foundations, but sometimes they teach, well, let's call it formal or even slightly robotic English.
Right, like how do you do... Nobody really says that anymore, do they?
Not really, no. Or, I am going to the cinema. It's grammatically perfect, but sounds a bit stiff. Real people use living language. It's natural, it changes, it flows with everyday chat. And you only really absorb this by listening to and talking with real people.
Can you give us some examples of this living language?
Sure. Think about things like, I'm just chillin'. It just means relaxing, not doing much.
Yeah.
Way more common than I am currently relaxing.
Okay, yeah. Chilling. Got it.
Or, that's a no-brainer. Meaning something is super obvious, really easy to decide.
Yeah.
Like, should we get pizza? Yeah, no-brainer.
Uh-huh. Okay, good one.
How about, let's catch up? Everyone uses this. It just means, let's meet and talk, update each other, especially after not seeing someone for a while.
Much better than let us schedule a meeting to exchange recent information.
Exactly. Or, I'm running late. Simple, common, casual way to say, I'll be late. And one more. It slipped my mind, which just means I forgot, but it sounds a bit softer, less abrupt.
Yeah, none of those sound like they came from a grammar drill. They feel real.
They are real. They come from actual conversations. And the more you talk, the more you hear and use these, and they just become part of your English. They stick. You start using them automatically. And that's when English feels less like something you study and more like something you genuinely own. It's part of how you communicate.
It becomes a tool for connection, not just an academic subject.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So next time you hesitate, remember, you're not just practicing grammar. You're learning to connect, to express yourself, to be brave. Speak with courage. Speak with curiosity. Just speak. People want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, but we know what some listeners are thinking right now. That's great, but I don't have anyone to practice with. Or maybe it's that other common feeling. I really want to, but I'm just too shy.
Very common struggle.
And we want to assure you, you're definitely not alone with those feelings. Lots of learners feel isolated or just overwhelmed by the anxiety of speaking. But here's the good news, the really good news. You can still become a confident speaker, even without a speaking partner right next to you or a formal class.
Absolutely. Let's look at 3 really effective strategies, especially if you're shy or mostly practicing by yourself. Option 1 sounds almost too simple, but it works. Talk to yourself out loud.
Seriously, out loud. Isn't that weird?
Not weird, smart, remember?
Yes.
Smart, not strange. Your brain needs that real-time practice forming sentences, actually saying the words. And you don't need anyone else there for that initial practice.
Okay, smart, not strange. So how do you do it? Just talk.
Yeah. Start by narrating your day. Just describe what you're doing as you do it, like a running commentary. Simple stuff. Okay, I'm brushing my teeth now, getting ready for work, or, I have that meeting at 10, need to prep my notes. Maybe, wow, this coffee smells amazing this morning.
Like being your own sports commentator for daily life.
Exactly. Or extend it to thoughts and plans. Right. Today I want to finish that report. And maybe call Sarah later. Feeling a bit tired? Maybe you'll go for a walk. Doing this consistently trains your brain to think in English and helps your sentence structure flow more naturally.
And I heard a tip once. Try doing it in front of a mirror. Does that help?
It can, yeah. Looking at yourself, speaking clearly. It helps build self-trust. You get used to hearing your own voice speaking English, which builds confidence.
Okay, so talking to yourself is step one. What if you do want some interaction, but maybe don't know anyone?
Option 2. Use language exchange apps. There are tons of apps and websites now that connect learners globally. It's often a win-win. You help someone learn your language, they help you with English. Look for a partner who seems supportive, not critical. Someone who wants to practice regularly, maybe, and who's just generally curious and happy to chat, even about simple things at first.
And you don't have to dive straight into hour-long video calls if that feels scary, right?
Not at all. Start small. Use text chat first if that's easier. Then maybe try voice messages, record short messages back and forth. Then, when you feel ready, maybe try a short-lived call. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Build up gradually.
Good advice. Remember, they're learners too. They get it.
They absolutely get it. You're not being tested. You're just connecting. And the third strategy, join online communities or English clubs. The internet is fantastic for this. Think Facebook groups for English learners, Reddit forums like English Learning, Discord servers. Many online courses have community forums or speaking practice sessions too. Even YouTube live streams or clubhouse rooms can work.
So many options online. How do you start if you're feeling a bit shy about jumping in?
Start slow. Lurk a bit first. Just read the conversations. Get a feel for it. Then maybe like someone's post. Then leave a short comment. That's interesting, or thanks for sharing. Then maybe introduce yourself in an introductions thread. Tiny steps. Remember, speaking practice isn't always a deep conversation. A quick, nice to meet you, or asking a simple question counts, ordering coffee, asking for directions online, those little 30-second interactions, they break the fear barrier. They build momentum.
Momentum, that's key. Each little bit adds up.
It really does. So the main takeaway here, think like an explorer, not a perfectionist. You don't need a perfect accent or native-like fluency right away. You just need bravery, curiosity, and consistency. Explorers discover as they go. So speak up, speak out, speak often, even if it's just to yourself in your room to start. Your voice is your best tool.
You are your own greatest resource. I love that. Okay, so people are talking to themselves, maybe finding partners online. How can we make that practice more, well, dynamic, more fun, less like homework?
Great question. Because practice doesn't have to be boring. You can train fluency effectively by yourself using creative techniques that really engage your brain. These activities go beyond just repeating sentences. They train pronunciation, intonation, and that crucial skill, spontaneity, responding naturally in the moment.
Okay, let's hear them. What's activity number 1?
Storytelling from pictures. Super simple, super effective. Find any picture online, magazine, your phone. First, just describe everything you see out loud in English. There's a dog, it looks happy, it's running on a beach. Then build a story. Who owns the dog? Why is it on the beach? What happens next? Let your imagination run wild.
Ah, so you're not just describing, you're creating.
Right.
That sounds fun. It forces you to find vocabulary and structure sentences on the spot.
Exactly. Without the pressure of being right. It boosts vocab, sentence structure, creativity, all good things. Second activity. Role-play practice. Step into different shoes.
Like acting.
Sort of. Pretend you're a tour guide in your city, or a waiter taking an order, maybe a doctor explaining something, or an airport official asking questions. Think about real-life situations you might encounter.
That seems really practical for building confidence with useful phrases.
It is. You rehearse asking and answering questions, using the right tone. And definitely record yourself. Listening back is incredibly helpful, even if it feels awkward at first.
Good tip, recording yourself. Okay, what's number 3?
This one's great for pronunciation and flow. Shadow speaking, or echo practice.
Shadow speaking. How does that work?
Think of it like a workout for your mouth and ears. Find a short audio or video clip in English, maybe a podcast snippet, a movie scene. Use subtitles if you need them. Play one sentence, pause, then repeat it exactly as you heard it. Focus on the words, yes, but also the rhythm, the intonation, the ups and downs, even the emotion. Try to mimic it perfectly.
So you're literally echoing the speaker.
Precisely. It trains your ear like crazy, improves pronunciation, and helps you internalize that natural rhythm of English. You start to sound more natural quite quickly with this.
Okay, shadow speaking. I like it. What's the last one? You mentioned a fluency workout.
Yes. The speed description challenge. This is pure spontaneity practice. Pick a topic, anything. Your breakfast, your favorite hobby, your commute. Set a timer, maybe just 1 minute to start. Hit start and talk about that topic nonstop in English until the timer goes off.
Non-stop. What if I make mistakes or can't find a word?
Doesn't matter. The goal isn't perfection, it's continuous output. Keep talking. Push through the pauses. Don't overthink. Just let the words flow, even if they're not perfect. It boosts your thinking speed, helps you organize ideas quickly, and really reduces that pause panic, that fear of silence.
Okay, that sounds intense but effective, like verbal sprints.
Kind of. You can make it harder, too. Shorter timer, like 30 seconds. Or pull random topics out of a hat. Keep it fresh.
And I guess you could combine these activities.
Absolutely. Create your own mini boot camp. Find a picture. Tell a story about it, Activity 1. Then role-play a conversation based on that story, Activity 2. Then find a short audio about a similar theme and shadow it, Activity 3. Finish with a 1-minute speed description summarizing it all, Activity 4. Mix and match.
Nice. Tailor it to you.
Exactly. And the final tip for all of this. You are your best coach. Don't wait. Do these activities daily, even just for short bursts. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there adds up. Make it fun, make it engaging. Fluency is built through doing, through action, not waiting for perfection.
Right. So bringing this all together for everyone listening,
Mm-hmm.
what's the core message? It sounds like you don't need flawless grammar or a dictionary-sized vocabulary to just start talking.
Not at all. What you need is communication. And communication means talking, even a little bit, every day. Talk to friends, partners, teachers, online communities. Talk to yourself. The more you use your voice, the more confident you'll feel, the more natural it becomes, and the closer you get to that fluency you're aiming for.
So the final thought is,
Don't just learn English. Live it. Use it. Speak it. Let your voice, your unique voice, shape your English journey. Your voice matters. Get it out there.